some of the props in the 1984 Thumbelina are absolutely fantastic and kind of hilarious as well. The 1984 Thumbelina is one that I watched because Carrie Fisher is in it. She plays Thumbelina. I don't really have any childhood connection to the character. I know a lot of people love Thumbelina. Personally, I could take or leave the character. But this version, which was released as part of the Fairy Tale Theatre, Shelley Duvall's Fairy Tale Theatre, is really sweet and has made me want to go and check out other installments in the Fairy Tale Theatre series. It's not very long, it's just shy of an hour, directed by Lindsay-Hogg, and, well, based on the story by Christian Andersen, with the screenplay by Maryedith Burrell, starring, of course, the fabulous Carrie Fisher as Thumbelina, as well as William Katt as the Flower Prince, Burgess Meredith as Mr. Mole, and Ferrell as Thumbelina'S mother. Donovan Scott, who is one of the greatest film Santas ever, also plays Herman Toad. The narrative follows a pretty standard setup for Thumbelina. Thumbelina is born out of a flower and she gets stolen by a toad with the intention of making Thumbelina marry her toad son. Thumbelina tries to get back to her mother, and in doing so she encounters a lot of different woodland creatures who help her on her journey to try and get back to her mother and to get as far away from that toad as possible. The narrative itself is pretty sweet, but for me, what works the most with this is the set designs, the props, the makeup, the costumes. Now, it looks cheap. It really looks cheap. But there's something really cute and humbling about that. I don't know what the budget was for this. I have absolutely no idea. But the set designs look cheap. And it works really well. And it's something that I find so fun, and it just made me laugh. There are some the matchbox, this big matchbox, I thought was adorable. And then a few scenes down the line, we see this bird. Now, Thumbelina is obviously the size of a thumb. Or was it a thumbnail? I can't remember. But she's tiny. So next to this bird's huge. And there's just this Carrie Fisher standing next to this massive... Is it a prop? Could you call it a prop if it's massive and can't be carried? Certainly not furniture. This giant bird. And it just looked so funny and so corny. But really quite magical and fun and creative, and this represents the magic of filmmaking in its most simple form. You could certainly see this kind of thing on stage. The props and the set designs are all kind of not high value, put it that way, and it works so well. There's a particular scene where Carrie Fisher is on a lily pad and she nearly falls into the water, and it's silly, crazy, good fun. I apologize if you can hear some banging. I think my neighbours are putting up shelves or something. I hope that's what they're doing. It's fun. In terms of it being shot, there are some camera angles that I thought were a bit awkward and not the best they could have been. But for the most part, I found it really good fun. Carrie Fisher is obviously fantastic. She sings at one point, which is beautiful. Really great performance, very childlike narrative that I think everybody would enjoy. It's not the most well-known or most beloved version of Thumbelina, and I don't think it ever will be. But personally, it's my favourite version now because it's fantastic, but it's corny and it's cheesy, and it just made me laugh, even when it wasn't meant to be that funny. And obviously I love Carrie Fisher, so for me she was just absolutely perfect. It is on YouTube. I don't believe it's available anywhere officially, but if you get a chance to watch it, I definitely recommend you do. It's less than an hour, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's silly, good fun. Don't take it seriously, and I think you'll really like it.